This time on Norfolk Perspectives, we're going to start ramping up for the summer by starting off with ARPOS having a spring music recital. EVMS and a really special doctor over there did a study that you're going to want to hear about, and it kind of ties into my fitness program. Dress for Success. I don't know. I think I'm there. We'll find out. And Norfolk Public Library digs into the summer reading program, and I have it on the QT. No book reports. Stay tuned for some great stuff right here on Norfolk Perspectives. Welcome to Norfolk Perspectives. I'm Bob Batcher. And yeah, I've been kind of on a journey for weight loss and fitness. And when we put the show together, I didn't think dance and singing was part of that, but I think it is. I'm going to ask Kimberly Haywood, ARPOS, Recreation Specialist, Lakewood Dance and Music Center. So are you an athlete, an artist, or a performer?
We do it all at Lakewood.
That's what I discovered.
We've got everything. You've been there. You know.
I know. A couple of years ago, I did that Norfolk Perspective on location. I got to tell you, it's one of the scariest experiences I've ever had because I walked in a back door that I wasn't supposed to, and I walked in on a Pilates class. I've never seen the human body in such weird shapes. And then I go around the corner, and I hear a violinist, and then a pianist, and then a beautiful voice. So what is the Lakewood Dance and Music? Is it a rec center?
It's a dance and music center. We also have some fitness classes there also. And we have ballroom, belly dance, ballet, tap jazz, all kinds of music classes. And we're just overflowing that we actually have to use Norfolk Fitness and Wellness Center for some of our music and dance classes also.
Cool. Yeah, let's establish, where is the Lakewood?
In Lakewood Park, 1612 Willowwood Drive.
That makes sense.
You can get to it from Granby Street or Tidewater Drive.
Okay,
Second building.
You're joined by Adrienne Gaynor. How you doing?
Hello.
Now, we're going to find out later on you've got a really nifty talent. But are you a student, singer, dancer? What are you?
Both.
I love it. So you do dance too, don't you?
I do. I dance with the ballet company at Lakewood.
Cool. Now, when did you start doing ballet?
Ballet maybe about 2 years ago. I signed up for Ballet 1 at Lakewood.
Are you on toe?
I am.
Are you really?
She's good.
Cool.
Music and dance.
2 years ago?
2 years ago.
When did you start singing?
I started taking lessons. Maybe my first lesson was 2 years ago, but off and on.
Okay, now we have a doc coming on later. We ought to talk about what happened 2 years ago. No, because a lot of times we think of, the ballerina being the little kid growing up. You kind of ventured into it after graduating from school, college. What got you into it?
I was looking for a fun way to exercise, stay fit. Ballet seemed good. Ballet dancers look good.
I can't comment on that. But you're right. It is about fitness. Cool. So did you ever think that you'd be singing on TV?
I didn't.
Okay. Did she tell you that the reason you're going to sing later on is because you're promoting the recital that I'm assuming you're singing in?
She did.
Yeah.
That's how they
Just want to make sure I didn't break that news to her.
Part 2. She's in Part 2 of the recital, and she studies with Dante Walston, who's been on our staff since January. And we have
I didn't know that.
We have 87 participants that are going to be in the recital. We have to have it in 2 parts. We have all levels, beginners that are playing hot cross buns, and then Joseph Dowse playing the Beethoven Concerto, who just won an award for the City of Norfolk Public Schools. So we have all kinds of levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and everything.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask Adrienne first, then you. Are you a beginner, advanced, or where are you?
Beginner, definitely.
No, she's not a beginner.
I didn't think so.
She's not a beginner.
Well, we will find out in a minute.
She is not. She's very good.
What do you think? So you are really excited about this because you do see people like Adrienne kind of discover themselves, right?
Yeah, and what I think is so neat about Adrienne, when she wants to do something, she just does it. She has a full-time job, and she comes and registers herself for her classes and writes her check and pays for her classes and comes to class and gives it 100%.
Well, it's the only place you can go CrossFit, ballet, and sing one of my favorite songs. What are you going to sing for us?
You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel.
Okay, I tell you what, with the theme of that song, we got you back. I promise. Let's step down, and when we come back, after you're going to be singing, and then we're going to be talking about personal training. Thanks a lot. Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. Hey, you know, a couple of months ago, I made a commitment to you that I would join a fitness program and lose some weight and go on that journey. And I'm doing that journey with you, and hopefully you're catching on. Guess what? I can do this. It feels so cool. Well, then I found out that we've got a really special doctor, a pediatrician of all people, who might be able to take us a little further down this journey with what he went through. C.W. Gowan from EVMS.
Yes.
Department of Pediatrics.
Yes, sir.
Now, I heard about your study not because it's pediatrics. They didn't send me somebody who says they could deal with my mental age. How's that?
That's fine.
But you went on was it an experiment or was it in response to a request?
It was really in response to requests from the residents that we are training to be pediatricians.
And what was that request?
Well, 3 of the women who were a little bit overweight came one afternoon and said, we don't like the way we look. And one of them that afternoon had an experience in the clinic of a little girl coming up to her and pulling on her white coat saying, what do you do for exercise? Because she was talking about exercise and how the family needed to do more with the child. And she had to admit to herself and to the family that she did nothing. So she came to me and she said, what can I do to look better and feel better about myself?
And you opened some doors, huh?
Well, my youngest daughter had signed my wife and myself up for a personal trainer. All we had to do was stroke the check. And she made us sort of, didn't really make us, but sort of encouraged us to take
Daughters
this journey.
will do that.
Yes, they will. And so both Marilyn and I had personal trainers, and we started working with them, and we've been doing it for about 2.5 years now.
And you feel different?
And we feel very different. You know, a little bit smaller. I can button my coat as well. And my wife as well. We're working on more of the, trying to stay mobile and flexible as we get a little bit older.
Well, in talking with my wife has joined, I'm at the fitness center, and she's over at Prime Plus, and she's doing yoga, and she's kind of in a different place. And so I'm as tempted as I am to try to get her in my place. Okay, you guys joined up together.
We did.
Did you stay together?
For the most of it, now she does a separate gym than I do because the trainers move around sometime, and it's nice to stay with the same trainer who has already worked with you and knows what your goals are.
Good.
So she trains at one gym and I train at another.
Now, do you play doctor with her and kind of?
No, not really. She's a pediatrician also.
Oh, okay, so you can't do that.
So I can't do that.
So yeah, so that whole it's different, not wrong or right, just different.
Right.
Okay, so going back to the study.
All right,
you
so
were able to respond to the.
So having done this myself, I started a study where we gave 15 residents who volunteered themselves 30 hours with a personal trainer.
Okay, now residents have these 28-hour days.
They can, yes.
So how do they fit this in?
Well, the work hours are a little bit different now that they have a little more time, free time.
Okay.
And so in the afternoons, these are folks that would make time to go in the afternoon or the evenings or even the early mornings if they were on night shifts through the night.
So what kinds of things were you measuring?
We measured their BMI, their heart rates before and after exercise. They had their measurements of their waist, their shoulders, the thighs, the arms. And then, looking at the return to normal heart rate after they stopped exercising.
Oh, that's the one that killed me.
Yeah.
Because it was killing
It takes
me.
a while, yes. And over the 4 to 6 months that each of the residents took to complete those 30 sessions, they dramatically lost weight. Their BMIs went down. Their resting heart rates went down. Everything improved to the point where it was highly significant.
Now, and as a doctor, that's measurable and expected, right?
Right.
You had some other surprises, though, too, right?
We had some other surprises in that we noticed that their self-esteem improved, their ability with families, they felt more confident in themselves. And that helped many of the women who were very shy and very soft-spoken to really come out and to work well with the families and with the kids. And I told them that one of the things that we did was they had to tell me after the 30 hours with a personal trainer, what did they learn, and then how can they take what they learned and apply it to how they practice pediatrics.
And what did you find?
So as a group, they decided that they would put together a gym in a bag, and it had some tension bands in it,
those things,
medicine ball, that sort of thing. We had a summer medical student do a YouTube videos on how to use the equipment. And then it was adopted by the Healthy You program, which is the weight management program that we have at CHKT.
And did you find that it kind of became a bond?
Very much so. A lot of them have finished now and have gone on, but they've continued to exercise.
Yeah, it's really kind of, because I'm using words I never thought I'd ever use in public. Burpee.
Burpees, absolutely.
Oh, come on. Okay.
I don't like burpees.
Well, you know, it's funny. When I first did it, I went on Facebook and I said, I did a burpee. And all these people, oh, I hate. It's not one bad. What I discovered, I was doing it all wrong. And I refuse to say I hate it. But I try to incorporate the actions of burpee into moving. And the other one was the get up. Now, that's on the show. It was horrible. But I'm trying to incorporate it in my, you know, reaching for the remote.
That's right.
You know,
And ask your trainer to have you do some man makers.
man makers. I haven't heard that one yet.
You sort of do a burpee,
Yeah.
but you've got weights in your hand, and then you pick up one weight while you're still on the floor and do sort of a push-up, and pick up the other one. Then you jump up and take the weights and put it over your head.
Hello. You know, on that note, we're going to talk privately because next time we're going to get ready for Dress for Success. Okay. Go to commercial. But what about bonus and cash out?
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. You know, it's really cool when you start talking about making improvements and growing. And you can, no matter how old you are, or no matter where you are in your stage of life, you can make changes in your life. And we've got an event coming up that you might want to check out. You may not think you do, but I think you might. And it's called Scope Your Future. And I got two people here who are really from kind of we thought a diverse way, but discovered it's the complete package. Deborah Dandridge, Executive Director and co-founder of Dress for Success in Hampton Roads. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How am I doing? Am I okay?
You look fabulous.
Oh, okay, I'm done. That's all I need to hear. And Jonah Coleman Yates, Director of Workforce Services with Tidewater Community College. But you're here to kind of enlighten us with there is hope.
Absolutely.
And I think if we can look at the whole picture, you can have hope, right?
Absolutely.
For the future.
Yes, always hope.
You informed us of something that's really cool that we didn't even know about.
All right.
That's right.
And it is?
It's the Virginia Career Readiness Certificate. And interestingly enough, it was developed or designed under Governor Warner because his thought was that every Virginian should have an opportunity to earn a workforce readiness credential that says they're ready to go to work. So the Virginia Career Readiness Certificate involves taking 3 assessments. That's it. And if you score successfully on the assessments, you can earn a bronze, a silver, or a gold level certificate. And those certification levels are tied to employment opportunities here in the Commonwealth, in the Hampton Roads region, as well as across the United States.
Now, what signifies the
different levels?
Yeah, the different levels?
Just your what skill level you score. And the assessments are reading for information, locating information, and applied mathematics. Those are kind of the core skill areas that all employers agree are important for individuals seeking employment.
Okay. I see at the beginning of the journey, and I know we've talked about this with getting information about how to get prepared for the interview,
Absolutely.
how you should look. I can sense two places where people could be. I'm not qualified for anything, or I am qualified for everything.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
So if you're approaching it from I'm not qualified for anything, I don't have the clothes. Is there that one dark suit you should buy or have?
It's not necessarily the dark suit. It's just that it's the professional attire of, whether it's a jacket. I think a jacket changes things and it makes things a little bit more formal.
And this is men and women, right?
Men and women. But for men, if they don't have a jacket, then they have the tie, and it's not just a shirt with a pair of slacks. That is very casual. And so we really want to dress for the position that we want or where we want to be, whenever that is, because a jacket does pull everything together, and people treat you differently when you're dressed professionally.
Okay, let's focus on the female who may have the toddler at home and wants to get back into working out of the home. They haven't invested in a wardrobe, right?
Absolutely,
And they
yeah.
probably haven't really invested in their. What would you guys recommend from your fields, how they can get ready for May 23rd
Well,
in starting that journey?
in starting the journey and getting ready for the May 23rd event, Scope Your Future, I would definitely say to try to dress as professionally as you can, because you don't know who you're going to meet. First impressions are always lasting. And then you are going to probably, I don't know the process for the getting the certification, but the dressing is very emotional, and so it makes you feel more positive, and so now you're going to go and check about the certification, and you're feeling more confident about that.
See, I find that to be true. I mean, I dress for a bike ride and mowing the lawn.
Absolutely.
Or I dress, and when I put that suit on, when I put the tie on, I do feel different. So I walk up to your area on the 23rd. Where are you going to take me?
What I'm planning to do and what we hope to achieve is to show you opportunity. There are going to be numerous opportunities for people to improve their condition, their life. And it's going to start with coming to the Scope Your Future event. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the Career Readiness Certificate and how that is going to let you know where your skill level is at that point in time. And then the other thing it's going to do is put you in position for employment opportunities. And the third, it's going to round out that resume portfolio. My advice would be go to every booth that you can, go to every session, and just hear about all the great things going on in this area.
But what if you prove to me I'm not good at math?
There's always a way to improve. There are things I'm going to talk about in the session that can help an individual fill skill gaps. Yeah, they're going to be great. They're great opportunities. There's a gap training called Key Train that's directly aligned with the Work Key assessment system, and we can get your skills to where they need to be successful.
And Deborah, what about the wardrobe?
Well,
What if I do have that one blue jacket on?
and I think that's great, but you know, my sessions will be talking about interview techniques and a little bit of interview coaching, and reminding people of something as simple as an email address, how that should be professional, something as simple as your voicemail message, how that should be, and really getting everyone to know that you have to complete the whole application, whatever it is, and not to leave blanks because you don't have the information or you're not sure, because then it's incomplete.
Okay, we don't want to give away the whole thing because we want to show up. Or
Yes.
check out Scope Your Future on the
Yes.
city's website. But I got one
Yes.
last question for the two of you. Real short answer. Should you go?
Everyone should go.
Everyone should be there.
Yes. You don't ever want to miss an opportunity.
There you go. That's really what it's about, is creating those opportunities and then taking advantage of them. Thanks for everything that you're doing to really help develop a full context of building your own new future.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And yes, I understand maybe no book reports. Yeah, we'll find out. Stay tuned.
I remember how much you said you liked wine. Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspective, and in truth and honesty here, you got a host that kept getting thrown out of libraries. when I was a kid. But I'm with two people who wouldn't have thrown me out of the library. Raquel Taylor, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, you are the information specialist for public libraries, not to be confused with what she is, right?
Right.
Because Stephanie Bedell is one of those people that would have thrown me out of the library, but you wouldn't do that now, would you?
No, I don't throw kids out of the library.
Youth librarian for Pretlow Anchor. Now, I bring that up because the culture has completely changed in the libraries from when I was going.
Yeah, we're very much a community space now. Very welcoming. We're not a quiet library.
Well, I got to tell you, I was there the other day, and it was downright noisy.
It's a children's section. At least that's where I work.
Well, and that was something, you know, we did a visioning thing for the new potential library at Broad Creek, and one of the comments was made, they loved Pretlow because it was the hush on the first floor, and you go up the steps, and it was a circus. But nobody knew that. You allow that now?
Absolutely. We have a lot of play areas and kid zones, and we allow play and just interaction between parent and child, and it's a very loud area. Okay,
so I thought reading was supposed to be a very solid, you know, individual thing. And you're talking about connecting and sharing? And then they give me this, a T-shirt.
Yes, that's one of our prizes for the summer reading program coming
up. So I
up.
can get one of these if I read?
The kids can get one of those if they read.
Youth get that prize. We actually have a separate reading program for the adults.
And you don't get a T-shirt?
You get prizes.
I don't get that?
And incentives.
Is that why I don't have to do a book report?
No.
We're making that official right now.
This program does not require a book report. We want people to come into the libraries this summer, and like Stephanie said, you know, we're not concerned about how much noise you make. We want you to get in there, get into books, dig into reading, and realize that Norfolk Public Library has a lot to offer and a lot going on. So we want people to come in.
You know, I can remember making that transition when I graduated from college. For the first time in a bunch, 20-some years, I could read for fun. And that really was a transition. So is that kind of what the summer reading program is about? I mean, it's not, do you have to learn about Thomas Jefferson?
No, absolutely not. We encourage kids to come in and just read what they want to read, hopefully on their grade level. But the whole point is just to make sure that their reading skills don't decline through the summer, because that's a real problem for kids. Point. So if they read books on their age level, then a lot of times they can go back to school and their reading skills have improved. Okay, so where does youth start and end then with reading levels? Well, the school age kids, we usually, for their program, we have them between the ages of 5 and 12. But then we also have a program for teens from 12 to 18. And then babies, toddlers, and preschoolers have their own little baby program. Yes.
Really?
Yes, because, again, for babies, toddlers, and preschoolers, we're building their early literacy skills and trying to develop a love of reading with them. So we want to encourage parents to read to their children.
Okay. Now, you told me what I can't get because I got old. So what can I, do I have to read really thick books?
No, you can read whatever you want. Basically, the adult summer reading program is for fun. We want you to, you know, read over the summer, Clancy. So you can read whatever you want.
I don't have to read David McCullough?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do a book report.
Clive Cussler works?
That works. We just want you to read 3 titles, and once you've read 3 titles, then you're eligible for the grand prize, which is a Samsung Galaxy tablet.
Hello.
And there are other incentives along the way. See?
Okay,
so it's a great program. We really want everyone from babies to adults to come in and enjoy what we have to offer. We have lots of events scheduled all summer long. You can sign up online or at any Norfolk Public Library location.
Okay. Now, actually, I got to tell you, Stephanie made me feel guilty about no book report with a comment you made. Because what I'm thinking, if I read my Tom Clancy book and I write, you know, I don't know, a couple of paragraphs, wouldn't that be kind of cool to share with my kid, my little review of the book?
Absolutely. And when you register online, you have an option of writing a brief review of the titles you've read. So if you want to take it upon yourself to do that, you can.
Which is probably the proper thing to do.
Well, people like to share, and it's always great to see what other people, have thought of a book before you read it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a real personal question now before we go off. Okay, what do librarians read?
Right now, I do a lot of the young adult ordering, so
Okay.
I read a lot of young adult books.
What kind of books?
Well, everyone knows The Hunger Games because of the movies. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I know the movie.
are out.
They were from books?
Yes, they were from
Oh,
books
okay.
by Suzanne Collins. But right now, I really want to read Inferno by Dan Brown. That's kind of my adult pick. I don't
Oh, is
have
that
it
a
yet.
Is that a new one?
Yes,
coming
that
out?
came out yesterday.
So who's the bad guy in this one? Where's the conspiracy?
It's based on Dante's Inferno. That's all I know.
Oh, I might have to put down my Clive Cussler. Okay, what do you read?
Well, currently I'm reading A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. It's
I
a
thought
classic.
that was a crossword puzzle answer.
No, it's a book.
It's a book.
And my goal, even though I haven't been consistent with it, is to read one book every week. So that's the book of the week.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Yes.
And I want to win a T-shirt. We want to hear from you what you'd like to see on TV. And let us know what you're reading. A book a week. Wow. 664-6510. And as usual, it's a wonderful time to be in Norfolk just because of you and you and you. Thanks a lot.